Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising lineage. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? This is your brother Chief Kalanago, man. Just here to do a real live, real quick. As you know, I'm still here in London. The time here in London is 1:16. So I know I'm 5 hours ahead. But I just wanted to come on here and share this message real quick. I seen a video in regards to that situation that took place. I think it's in Alabama when a group of pale skinned people, I think it was about seven of them, they attacked a man of color, and then everybody joined, and there was a big war, all right, or a big what you call melee, right? But anyway, it was a huge altercation, and a lot of people, were cheering and talking about it's not the 1950s and the 60s, etc., etc. Now I get all that, and I'm not, of course, like I always teach and preach, that self-preservation is one of the universe's number one rule. So I have no problem with people defending themselves, right? But you see, for me, I always look at things from, like I told y'all before, from a God perspective, because why? I know I'm a God. You feel me? So with that being said, we're gonna break it down from a metaphysical and a spiritual and a soul mental perspective, right? What a lot of people don't realize is this: there is a war that's been brewing, it's been waging, and the so-called powers there be. Now, mind you, I'm saying the so-called powers there be because they're not more powerful than me. It's just an illusion, and you give them the power because you call them the elite. You are the elite. I am the elite. However, we have lost our status because of indoctrination and the power of brainwashing. So, with that being said, there's a war brewing, and it's astrological, it's cosmic, and a lot of people don't know. And because the physical mind of people are not taught, okay, the truth of the cosmos, right, and the truth of creation and the truth of manifestation, then people are lost. And this people are in so-called power. They are using that knowledge, okay, to create slaves and have people war against each other. And that's what's really happening. So what you're literally seeing, okay, as the original people, what I call the nine ether beings, right? They are warring against the six ether beings, nine ether beings. So what's happening is the soul children, and you have the soul children, children that came from the sun, and you have the lunar children, children that were manifested from the moon. It's a war that's happening. Remember, I told y'all we were actually in the lunar cycle, and the lunar cycle dealt with the lunar gods. That's why they were lunatics. If go ahead and read the Bible, you'll see that all the gods, they are talking about warring, killing, raping, kidnapping, stealing. Those are lunar gods. So they have a lunar energy, right? Which is a patriarchal society. It's masculine. All right. But now it's time for the solar energy, which is feminine, to bring back the balance. You see, there's no balance. And they have tricked you and taught you to think that the sun is masculine, but no, it's not. All right. So now we are in the solar cycle. People are confused because they don't know what's going on. All right. So since the pale people, they are our shadows, the shadow is trying to fight the original, and the original is trying to fight the shadow. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Go out in the sun, okay, or at night, turn on some light, and then you will see yourself, and then you will see a shadow. Now, try to fight your shadow and see what's going to happen. I want you to do this experiment for real, because I'm about to break this down and explain all of this to y'all, right? At night, turn on a light, and you're the only one in the room. Now, you are the original individual in the room, but what's going to happen is going to cast a shadow. Now, you could do that in the sun as well. Stand in the sun, it doesn't matter, a source of light, and then look at the shadow, and go ahead and fight your shadow as much as you can, and try to beat your shadow. What's going to happen is this: you are going to get tired and thirsty, and nobody's going to win, because you cannot beat the shadow and the shadow cannot beat you. But what's going to happen is, as the original individual standing in the light, right, what's going to happen? You're going to get tired. So it's the same thing that's going to happen. You see, people are being taught that this is about so-called white and so-called black. No, it's not. It is not. You feel me? And this is going to continue to happen. And the so-called people in power are going to use that. It's called manipulation. Okay? Manipulation. Trickery of men that's in so-called power. You feel me? And until we realize what's happening, the 9 ether, take a 9 and flip it over, what you're going to get a 6. So literally, it's an inverse of our reflection that we are fighting, and we don't realize that. But like I said, that's going to go over a few heads. All right. The goal is not to fight your shadow, and the goal of your shadow is not to fight you. The goal is for the shadow to become one with the original self. But a lot of you are going to miss that because you haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so continue to feed into the energy, thinking that your shadow is your enemy, or your shadow is going to think that you are its enemy. No, that's not what it is. What's going to happen is, whether you want it or not, the universe is going to force you. Okay, it's going to force you to get in line. That's what's going to happen, because it was already designed that way. You feel me? So I'm saying all that to say, man, everybody just need to fall back and reflect and step into a true sense of knowledge and understanding. Is the only way we're going to get it, because people are lost. I'm telling y'all, this is just the beginning. All right. And I'm going to say it again. I don't advocate violence, right? However, I do stand for people defending themselves. But even before it comes to a point of defending, where you have to defend yourself, everybody could refrain from disrespecting each other, and let's talk. People say talking can't solve anything. That's not true. It can. All right. Talking and respecting people for who they are. That's the solution. You feel me? That's the solution. And what a lot of these, these shadow beings have to realize is that whether you are a shadow being, what I mean by that is 6 ether being, or a pale individual, you are in the Americas, particularly the United States. This is our homeland, and we ain't going nowhere. So we are not going to tolerate anybody disrespecting us in our motherland. I don't care if you're pale. I don't care if you're African. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're dark-skinned European. The bottom line is, this is our motherland, and we're not going to stand for that. But with that being said, you are a guest in our home. All right. So stop disrespecting us. We're not going to tolerate that. So if everybody stop feeding into politics and what the media is showing, okay, then we will be able to understand each other. You feel me? Now, a lot of you may not agree with this, and I'm cool with that. I'm not here for you to agree with me. I'm not here for you to disagree with me. I'm just giving you the truth from a different perspective, from a higher level of understanding. You dig? So with that being said, man, I'm gonna conclude this video, and I'm gonna be back in the US on the 10th, and like I said, it's time to hit the ground. All right, so y'all enjoy your continuation, and I'll talk to y'all later, man. I love y'all. Let's continue to live in a high vibration and in power. Okay.